Hi, my name is Kevin Birmingham, and I manage the Journey Neighborhood Center. The Journey is a storefront outreach into one of the more challenged communities in Brampton, Ontario. The video that you are about to watch is part of a series called Unsung Heroes. We all know the famous heroes, and their praises are sung everywhere. But in our midst are many, many more heroes who serve our communities, volunteer, sacrifice, give of their time, and yet they're not known and their praises are not sung. So I would encourage you as you watch this series to think of those people in your community, those heroes in your community, and sing their praises. We all have someone that we follow. Even most leaders have someone they follow. But we followers often have complicated relationships with those who lead us. And many leaders, especially the dynamic ones, are complicated people. History is generally the tale of followers eventually turning on their leaders, either because we realize that our leaders misled us or deceived us or turned out to be terrible people. We followers often idolize our leaders, especially the ones who inspire us and take us to places we could never go on our own. However, leaders have a habit of disappointing us, and when they do that, we feel betrayed. No one wants to invest in a leader only to find out that they are following the wrong person. That is embarrassing. I felt sorry for Spain back in 1992. They spent years getting ready to celebrate Christopher Columbus's 500th anniversary, only to watch as he fell from grace and became a pariah. Chris is not the only one to recently fall. Confederate generals, Ryerson here in Toronto, McGill in Montreal, even Winston Churchill is taking a beating. When the Soviet Empire crumbled, they toppled many, many statues of Lenin and Stalin. I was in Lviv, Ukraine, when they erected a new statue of a poet to replace Lenin's statue. I wonder if one day the poet will be toppled. Being a leader can be a tough gig. Just look at our political leaders. At any given time, the majority of the population doesn't like them. And it doesn't matter what party they represent. Even the very best of them usually end up ousted. So why lead? Well, very simply, someone has to. Otherwise, none of us would get there, wherever there is. Great leaders make all the difference. Could you imagine England in 1940 without Churchill? India without Gandhi? South Africa without Mandela? Or America without Martin Luther King Jr.? We need leaders to rally us to a cause, to take us to higher ground, to right injustice, bring freedom, fight tyranny, and give us direction and purpose. We also need leaders just to get us through our daily lives. I've taken a lot of leadership courses, and one of the most profound learnings I had was on self-leadership. I have heard time and time again that we all lead something, but most importantly is how we lead ourselves. I think the failure of many of our great leaders has been their inability to lead themselves well. They rally others to a cause, paint a compelling vision, and lead the way while all the time meandering within themselves. If we lead ourselves well, even though we may never attain greatness, those around us will notice and be attracted by our personally well-led lives. Most leaders do not have their leadership sung about, simply because they are the people around us who plan local events, and lead small things, which we would miss if they didn't. So I would suggest two things. The first is to look around and find those modest, under-the-radar people who are leading around you and sing their praises. I would also suggest, as Scripture encourages us, to pray for leaders, not just prime ministers and presidents, but local leaders as well. The Bible recounts the story of two of Jesus' disciples who came to him with a request to sit at his right hand and his left hand in heaven. You can imagine the reaction of the other disciples. Jesus said that in order to lead, you must first become a servant of those you are leading. But those just weren't words. Jesus lived that very example as a servant leader. One of the reasons that so many leaders fail is that they haven't come to serve, but rather to be on top and to receive the accolades and benefits of being number one. A true leader cares about those they are leading and serves them well. And through their service, those they lead will have success in whatever endeavor they are leading them to.